A very good morning, children. Children, today we shall continue with the grammar topic, simple, compound and complex sentences. This is video 2. Now, for those who haven't watched video 1, please watch that and then come to this video, okay? Because you will not understand this video unless you see my first video. So, please watch the first video. So, let's start then, children. Let's do a little recap of what we did in video 1. We saw the 3 types of sentences and we saw what are simple sentences. A simple sentence contains a subject-verb pair. It expresses a complete thought. It has a subject and a predicate. A compound sentence, it has 2 or more independent clauses, okay, joined by coordinating conjunction. And we saw coordinating conjunction is what? Fanboys, okay. Now this is just the clue word in order to help you to know what are the coordinating conjunctions. So please learn that. Then you have compound sentences are formed by using coordinating conjunctions. Now what about complex? A complex sentence has a dependent and an independent clause. Dependent means which cannot stand on its own. It doesn't make complete sense, okay? And it has an independent clause also. So complex sentences are formed by using what? Subordinating conjunctions. Okay. In complex, we use subordinating conjunctions. These are called subordinate. Which are they? If, until, because, even though, etc. And we have even in complex sentence, we can be also be formed by using what? Relative clauses. And which are the relative clauses? Who, that, which, whose, where, when. All these are relative clauses. Children, today we shall take up what is transformation of sentences. How do we transform? Transform means change, okay? Change one sentence form to another. So we'll see transformation of compound sentences into simple sentences. You know, compound sentences are what? They are sentences with 2 or more independent clauses, right? So here we have compound sentence, you have to change into simple sentence. So how do we do that? So be attentive. We can convert compound sentences into simple sentences using the following methods. Now, the first method is by substituting a preposition for a clause, okay? Now, what are prepositions, children? Prepositions, you know, we have done in the earlier classes. It's a word or a phrase that is used in front of a noun, okay, in order to show position or, you know, time or place. So, if you don't know preposition, revise that, okay? So, the sentence here is given is a compound sentence. He is not only a coward, but he is also a fool. Okay. Now you notice in compound sentence, children, always before the coordinating conjunction, you have a comma. Okay. Remember that. Now, he is not only a coward, but he is also a fool. Now, to make it simple, so use the preposition besides being a coward, comma, is also a fool. Okay, so you have used the preposition besides. Then next, by substituting a participle for a finite verb. Now, what are participle, children? ING verbs. You know that. Okay. Now, the train drove into the station and the passengers got down. So, this is a compound sentence, right? Because there are 2 independent, okay, clause there. Then, the train having drawn into the station, comma, the passengers got down. Okay, so having drawn, you can see this ing. Okay, you have used what? Your substituting means you have used ing verb, that is participle. Then we can change compound sentence into simple by substituting an infinitive for the main verb and a gerund for the auxiliary. The infinitive could be a different word. Now, what are infinitives? Infinitive is what? To and verb, isn't it? We put to and the verb. So here in this sentence, he must confess his crime or he will be jailed. Okay, this is a compound sentence. So to change it into simple, how you will put it? He must confess his crime to escape being jailed. To escape. Now you have used the infinitive to and you have used another word, a different word with the infinitive, that is escape. Okay, so this you have to understand. You not change the meaning of the sentence. The sentence meaning is the same, but you have changed it into a simple sentence by substituting an infinitive here in this sentence. Now this is What we did? Transformation of compound into simple. Let's see transformation of complex sentence into simple sentence. You know complex sentence are what? It has a independent and a dependent clause, right? It has both. So you have to change a complex sentence now into simple. So complex sentences can be transformed into simple sentences by changing a subordinate clause into a word or phrase. Now subordinate clause, now you know in complex sentences we have subordinate clauses. Now clauses you have done, you will know what is subordinate clause. Now changing subordinate noun clause. Now if you see in this sentence, this proved that E was innocent. Okay. Now that E was innocent is a subordinate clause. Why do we say it's subordinate? Because it's coming with a subordinating conjunction, no, that. Okay. So whenever it comes with a subordinating conjunction, because we know complex sentence as what? Subordinating conjunction. So that is a subordinating conjunction. So here that he was innocent is a subordinate clause. Now we'll have to change that. Now this you can change with a word or a phrase to make it simple. So you are removing, this. Okay. So this proved that he was innocent. We'll say what? This proved his innocence. Okay. So you have removed that subordinate clause here. Then this is noun clause, what you have changed. Now changing subordinate adverb clause. Adverb clause gives you what? Time, place, whatever, no? So how do we know now this is adverb? Tell me when and where your grandfather died. Okay, so tell me becomes one part of the sentence, and when and where your grandfather died, that becomes a subordinate clause, no? Because you have the subordinating conjunction, when. So how do we change this? Tell me the time and place of your grandfather's death. So you're using a different word there, the time and place, and therefore you're changing it into simple sentence. Then changing subordinate relative clause. Now when you have relative clause, now which are the relative clause here? Okay, clauses who live in glass houses. This is a relative clause because you have who there, right? So how do you change this now? You say people living in glass houses must not throw stones. Okay, so you have put a ing word there. Okay, a participle there. People living in glass houses must not throw stones. So these are the methods that we use for changing complex sentences into simple sentences. Now remember, complex sentences, children, always look out for where is the subordinate clause. Where the subordinate clauses, you change that in with a word or a phrase to make it a simple sentence. Now let's see with the help of examples. Okay, examples, exercise. Let's do the exercise together now. Let's transform these sentences. Now these are all compound sentence. We are transforming it into what? Changing it into simple sentence. Remember the rules that we have already done. Okay, for the compound into simple. We said that we can use a preposition, a participle, or you can use a infinitive, right? Now let's look at the sentence. Come on. He got up and walked away. It's a compound sentence because he got up, walked away, he walked away. Okay, so it is both are the independent, no? They are compound sentence independent. Okay, now you have to remove that and name. Okay, so how do we put it? Can you think of an answer? Okay, the answer is getting up, he walked away. This becomes a simple sentence. Alright, getting up, he walked away. Then look at the next. He gave, so you put here what? Getting up, you have put ing, you have put what? You have put the participle, isn't it? Ing. Then he gave them not only a house, but some land also. The second sentence, it's a compound sentence. Okay, there's a but here. Alright, you can see that coordinating conjunction. So how do we put this as simple? Besides a house, he gave them some land also. Now besides here becomes what? Preposition. So you're using that rule of preposition and making it simple sentence. Then let's look at the third. He is rich, yet he is not happy. Okay, so you have the coordinating conjunction yet here. So it's a compound sentence. It's two independent, okay, sentences there. So how do we change this now? In spite of being rich, he is not happy. So in spite of is a preposition. So you've used the rules what we have done in order to change the compound sentence into simple sentence. So this is an exercise. Okay, we'll see another exercise, how to change complex sentence into simple sentence. How do we change complex into simple? Now we saw the rules. What rules we saw? Now whatever is the subordinate, okay, clause, we will change that. No, subordinate clauses, we will see where it is, and then we will change it into, put it into a simple word, right? Word or phrase. Now look at the first. He admitted that he was guilty. Now that he was guilty is a subordinate clause. Okay, so you have to change that, put another word, okay, to make it simple. How will you say that? He admitted his guilt. That becomes simple sentence. Tell me when the meeting will be held. Now when the meeting, you can see this. This is the subordinating conjunction. So it becomes a subordinate clause, when the meeting. So you have to remove this, okay. So in order to remove this, what can you say into simple sentence? Tell me the time of the meeting, okay. You have not changed the meaning of the sentence. You have changed the words, but it means the same. Tell me the time of the meeting. That it becomes simple sentence. Then I have no money that I can lend you. Okay. Now here you have the subordinating conjunction here. So you have to change that complex sentence into simple. So you will put, I have no money to lend you. So you put here to lend. Okay. You have used the infinitive to. Alright. Now these are how we change. We can just recap of what we have already done. How do we transform the compound sentence into simple sentence? By substituting, or by using a preposition, by substituting a participle for a finite verb, or by substituting an infinitive for the main verb. How do you transform complex sentence into simple sentence? By changing subordinate noun clause, by changing subordinate adverb clause, or by changing subordinate relative clause. So children, this is what this video is all about. Okay, we just did two parts of transformation of compound into sentence into simple sentence and complex sentence into simple sentence. I want you to practice all that sentences that I've given you in the video. Practice some more exercises, okay, so that it becomes clear to you. Thank you, children, for giving me a listening ear. God bless you.